welcome to another RSR. Tonight, I am reacting to the group stage and predicting the knockout stage of the 2024 CONCACAF Central American Cup. Reaction de la fase de grupos, predicción de la fase eliminar de la Copa Centroamericana de la CONCACAF. Crazy group stage over the past month, the past 5 weeks. And some teams that we thought would go through did not. Some teams that we thought wouldn't go through shocked us all. Let's find out how that went before we predict the knockout stage. Starting with Group A. So far in Group A, I got 3 out of 5 correct on placements. I got everything correct with advancement. The teams I thought would advance did. The teams that I thought would get eliminated did. Everything on that end was correct. Only thing I got wrong was Herediano finished above Motagua, but San Francisco, 5th place with 1 point. They got 1 more point than I thought they would. That's about bang on. Tauro, 3 points, got 1 less point than I thought they would get. But they beat San Francisco to get those 3 points, so they dropped a point somewhere else. Diriahan FC picked up 2 more points than I thought they would. They still finished 3rd, though, thanks to Motagua having the goal differential and getting the result that they needed to advance, which I can't believe they did that over Herediano. They got the result they needed. Herediano got 10 points. 3 wins, 1 draw. They didn't lose. But they drew to Motagua. Motagua would have won the group with a win, which would have been, goal differential 9 points. Exactly. So, there you go. There you go there. But Herediano finished top of the group with 10 points. I mean, that's a bit, I guess, surprising-ish. The fact that Motagua didn't bottle it was more surprising. Diriahan was in with a chance. If Motagua would have lost, they would have advanced. Sadly enough, that didn't happen. But Group A-wise, it was pretty much what I expected it to be. So on and so forth. It was pretty much on the money. Group B. 5 out of 5 correct. Everything correct completely. Straight up 5 out of 5. 5th place, LA Firpo with 1 point. They finished with 1 extra point, but I was right about them being in 5th. Alianza FC being in 4th with 3 points. Called that straight on. CD Marathon, 3rd place with 6 points. Comunicaciones was 7 in 2nd place instead of 9. They dropped a point to Firpo. And they lost to Alajuelense, which I had that predicted. Alajuelense, top of the group with 12 points. Straight on right. Even though Alajuelense definitely had their moments of, let's just say, playing chicken with a champion's curse. They still got 12 points. They still got 4 wins. They played chicken a little bit. Marathon still won 2-1, but that first half was horrible. Alianza was a 2-1 game. Too tight for comfort. LA Firpo was an ass-kicking, but they still allowed 2 goals. They still allowed too many goals. Comunicaciones, still tight, but they got all 4 wins. About exactly what I expected this group to be. Straight down. 5 out of 5, no matter what. Perfect call on Group B. Alajuelense didn't look too strong. They didn't look dominant, but they still got through with 12 points. So, the number 1 seed in the whole knockout tournament. Group C. This was my mare that I had because the only thing I got right in both cases, 1 out of 5 correct. Port Loyola finished 5th with 0 points. At Antigua finishing with 3. In 4th place, actually, Kai finished. Club Atletico Independiente finished with 3 points. 3rd place, Olympia finished with 7 points. I had Aguila there with 6. They actually finished 1st. Antigua actually finished 2nd. Antigua GFC with 8 points. I had Independiente finishing 2nd with 9. Aguila finishes first with 10 points. They beat Olympia. They had a pretty damn good group stage. 3 wins, 1 draw. They beat Independiente Olympia. They beat Loyola, so they draw Antigua. Antigua had a really good group stage. Antigua draws with Olympia, beats Loyola. They beat Kai. Drew Aguila. 2 draws, 2 wins, which is really good. It's really good for them. I did not expect that at all, truthfully. Olympia choked. They won 2 games, drew 1, lost 1. They lost to Aguila on the penultimate match week in El Salvador, which makes it less surprising, but Olympia have been struggling recently in the league and in CONCACAF. They got grouped for the 2nd straight year in Central American Cup. It sucks, really. It sucks because you know they're better than this. You have players on that team where you're like, oh, they should be just fine. They should be able to figure this out. Nope. Kai, they fell off hard, but they did sell off some of their best players. Port Loyola, they never had a chance in hell. 1 out of 5 on the group. Group D, correct placement was 1 out of 5. Advancing or eliminated, 3 out of 5. I had it right that Saprissa advanced in first place. Had it right that Guanacasteca and Managua were getting eliminated. Had Esteli, did not have Esteli advancing. I had Municipal advancing. That was opposite. Municipal way underperformed my prediction. Esteli did about as good as my prediction had, but Municipal was so bad from my prediction, they finished 2nd with 7 points. I had them finishing 3rd with 6. Real Esteli. Saprissa, I had them getting 12 points. They lost to Esteli. They beat everybody else. Municipal picked up nothing off Saprissa. Managua, Guanacasteca, they all finished on 4 points. Esteli was 7, doing what they normally do. They don't lose at home. They just don't lose at home. On the road, they played Saprissa at Esteli as well. They don't lose at home. They just don't. They just don't. Guanacasteca beat Esteli, which that was in Costa Rica, to where Saprissa wins their match. They top the group. This was a really tight group. I wouldn't say group of death because I really feel like that was C, but Group D was a bit crazy too. I'm a bit surprised with how it shaked out, but at least I had 3 teams advanced or eliminated correctly. 1 perfect position was Saprissa. Now, on to the predictions of the knockout stage. We have LD Alajuelense versus Comunicaciones FC, the 1 versus 8. For me, I got Alajuelense winning this tie. They've already beat Comunicaciones. They've shown that their quality is better, that even if they were playing chicken with a champion's curse, they still could beat Comunicaciones. I think they will over both legs as well in the quarterfinal. I don't see why they wouldn't. I don't see why they wouldn't. Now, maybe the champion's curse is, hey, you beat them in the group stage just to play them again, then choke in the knockouts. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. That could be the case, but I think Alajuelense advances. Alajuelense avanza de las semifinales. The 4 versus 5 is Deportivo Saprissa versus Antigua GFC. I have Saprissa winning. Now, Deportivo Saprissa contra Antigua GFC. I think Saprissa wins. I do, because, again, they played well in their group. They got enough results to top the group. They still have a lot of good players. They have a really good 11. Antigua, I don't see them doing enough over 2 legs to win a quarterfinal tie against a big power. Maybe in a one-off game, like the Olympia game, they could figure it out to get a draw, but there's no away goals. There's extra time if need be. I just don't think over that much of time they could figure it out. But we'll find out. They've played really well in this tournament. They've been unexpectedly good. But the problem is I just don't know if they're meant for a two-legged tie over a really big team, a truly big team. CD Aguila versus Real Esteli. CD Aguila contra Real Esteli. Even if it's a tight game at Aguila, I don't see Esteli losing at home. They just don't. They'll do enough to be able to take the tie over at home and win the tie because that's what they did last year. Real Esteli to the semifinals once again. Aguila to the play-in, to the repechaje. CS Herediano versus FC Motagua. CS Herediano contra FC Motagua. I got Herediano winning. Motagua are bottle jobs. Just because they didn't do it in the group stage, they're playing them again over 2 legs. Maybe in Honduras it's a little bit better, but the best I see is a draw. I don't think Herediano's losing again at home in the knockout stage to them. I think on aggregate, Herediano beats them. We've already seen that Herediano, I think, was the better team. I just think they probably were like, oh, we're already through. We're already through, no matter what. It doesn't really exactly matter what we do. I think this time they'll be a bit more serious in both legs. They'll advance due to that. Play-in repechaje. Comunicaciones FC contra Antigua GFC. Comunicaciones FC versus Antigua GFC. I don't think Comunicaciones have been that great this tournament. They've got the results they've deserved to get, but Alajuelense is the one really good team they've played. I don't think they're that good. I think Antigua's better than anybody else in that group, save for Alajuelense, but they're definitely better. I think they've been playing better right now than Comunicaciones has been playing. I think they've been playing better than most of Comunicaciones' group has been playing. I think Antigua gets the win to go to CONCACAF Champions Cup. I think they get it. Antigua GFC to CONCACAF in the repechaje. Play-in. CD Aguila versus FC Motagua. CD Aguila contra FC Motagua. I got Aguila winning. They had such a good group stage. They've been playing very well. And Motagua, I think, once again, they're going to be distraught by losing their knockout tie, their quarterfinal tie. I don't think they're going to be able to really get up for this one like Aguila will. And I think Aguila will play better over both legs. They'll get up better for this game. And they'll find a way to win both legs or win over both legs to go to CONCACAF. CD Aguila wins repechaje. Antigua and Aguila will go to CONCACAF through the repechaje. Semifinales. El Alajuelense versus Deportivo Saprissa. El Alajuelense contra Deportivo Saprissa in a CONCACAF Costa Rican Clasico for a CONCACAF Central American Cup final spot. I think Alajuelense will get it done. I think 12 points means something. I think Alajuelense being the number 1 team in the tournament seeding-wise, getting the most points, winning all their games, I think that that'll show. Saprissa's been good recently, but I think Alajuelense is better in CONCACAF tournaments. I think for some reason, if the curse is going to hit them, they'll play chicken with it until the final, and then it hits them in the final. I don't see why it would during a derby. It feels like that's sort of the script. It feels like it's sort of a 2020 CONCACAF League Saprissa style curse, if it is. They make the final, lose the final. If that's the case. I'm not saying they will. You'll see what I think when we get there. But let me tell you, I think they beat Saprissa. I really do. I think they will tighten up a bit as this tournament goes in the knockout stage when the margins are finer. They knew they probably would get 12 points. I think they did tighten up as the group stage went on as well, just a bit, but they still played a little bit of chicken throughout the whole group stage, but Alajuelense advances to the final. Semifinal 2, Real Estelí versus CS Herediano. Real Estelí contra CS Herediano. I'm going Herediano. I'm going with Herediano to win this tie. Real Estelí will not have a rematch of last year's final. Yes, the path is a lot clearer for that to happen. I don't see it happening. I think Herediano will make the Central American Cup final. I think they've been playing very well in this tournament. And now that they're one of the bigger teams that are left, and Olympia's not there, Saprisa's been not so great. I think Herediano's been better. Aguila, Antigua, Comunicaciones. I think the path is clear. I think the path is clear. And if you look at the half of their bracket, Motagua's Bottle Jobs, Aguila, Estelí, I think they're better than both. They're playing 2 of those 3 teams. I think the path is clear for them. I think they make the final. Which means our final is El Alajuelense versus CS Herediano. El Alajuelense contra CS Herediano. And the CONCACAF Central American Cup champion in my book this year is El Alajuelense. That will be the first team to break the CONCACAF Central American Cup CONCACAF League Champions curse. At least on the Central American side, it looks like the Caribbean side does have a Champions curse, and even the Champions Cup does. But the Central American Cup Champions curse, CONCACAF League Champions curse, looks like it will finally be broken. El Alajuelense wins 3 in 4 years. I don't see them playing chicken with it to the point where they lose the final to Herediano. Alajuelense just has a better squad. If they beat Saprissa, they're beating another Costa Rican team. They are the best team left. And the path is very clear for them not to screw this up. If they do, it's honestly a little bit embarrassing. Even if they lose to Saprissa, it's a little bit embarrassing, knowing how clear the path truly is for them to repeat now that Olympia's out, now that there's Aguila, Antigua. Saprissa did good enough, but were they more invincible than Alajuelense? No. Did they ever really tighten up? No. They got the results they needed. So I really think Alajuelense has an open lane to actually repeat this year, and I think they will repeat. Unlike most eras, I think they will repeat. So with that being said, there you go. If you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once you subscribe. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlists. Share it with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow for a live watch along and review of Toronto FC versus DC United. 1 game tomorrow, 1 review. Sunday, I will be live for Tigres versus Pumas. Live and RSR Domingo Futbolero. That'll be good as well. If I get a $5 super chat or more over the next 2 days, I will do an NFL predictions stream on the 2nd or 3rd of September before the Nations League really gets going, and Thursday Night Football, of course, on the kickoff day. So let's see if that happens. And there you go. Also, month ahead and run it back for my Dynasty Stars over the next 2 days. So with that being said, we got a lot of stuff to do. And that's the fun part. We're still busy. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.